Welcome to the Anxiety News, the news that wants to give you less anxiety. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, I just took a chug of coffee that tastes like a Cinnabon. I shouldn't be drinking it. Okay. So let's see. NBCnews.com says that economic anxiety is replacing COVID fears. How to cope with talk and stock market drops. And then the subtitle says that COVID anxiety is giving way to economic anxiety. How to cope. Alright. First of all, how do you know that there was anxiety there in the first place? All anxiety that is assumed was positioned there by the architecture of the mass media, you know, of those main ones. One time I showed the picture of the main companies that own all the media and stuff. Alright, so I talked about this on the Autopod with Vino today. We talked about fear, and we talked about things that are not in your control. So things that don't waste your energy fearing, right? So COVID is one of those things that we now know that most people are going to be okay now. It's still, you know, you still want to be careful and whatnot, but the mask was a little too far, and the lockdown was a little far. I mean, I don't know. I'm not whatever. Well, I don't know if y'all heard that. Excuse me. That's what, yeah, my little take on that deserved that fart. Sorry, guys. Alright, so COVID was something you could kind of control, right? But the economy you can't control. So to have fear, to have anxiety about something that is out of your control is if there's any way you can do it, maybe by distracting yourself with something more constructive, because it's just draining you. And and like we talked about on the iPod, it's got us on the media, the 24-hour news cycle has us on high alert, like if our ancestors were hunting. And so we're in fight or flight mode often, and that's why a lot of people are arguing online and stuff. So how to cope with it is to not think about it. It's because there's nothing we can do about it. I think the best way, we talked about this as well, is to think local. You know, for sure you gotta think about, because whatever you think inner, the outer will represent the inner, usually. And vice versa. But I think just think about what you can control, and be proud about controlling those things. You have a job, you go to work, you keep up with your car, you keep up a semi-social life with your family and your friends, and you know, you're a good parent, you're spending time with your children and playing with them. Then you can sleep well. You know, worrying about war and the other side of the world and shit, you're not going to do anything about it. So why talk about it? Why even think about it? Alright, so saying no more often slashes anxiety, experts say. This is from Best Life. Saying no to activities and obligations could help you feel less anxious, psychologists say. Here's how to start doing it more often. Saying no to activities and obligations. Yeah, I live by that to a fault, to be honest. Yeah, mental health days should be a fucking thing. And you know, sometimes, especially introverts, it's like the fake. We're like, a lot of introverts are like fake extroverts, right? And it takes a lot of energy. And so if I'm not able to just like escape once my buzz from caffeine and all that starts coming down, I don't want to go and be stuck somewhere. That's not good for anybody. So yeah, sometimes you just gotta say no, even if you feel the guilt is something that, I mean, you gotta quantify what's the most important thing. Like you can't miss your kid's birthday, right? Unless you're not allowed to be there for whatever reason. I don't know what anybody, whoever watching the situation, hopefully you can be there. You should always be there for your kid. But when it's something like a graduation, and you know, no disrespect, I love graduations. People came to my graduation, and I got great gifts, and I got money, and I love everybody that came, and I wish I was the type of person that went to every event and every birthday party. But because I don't want to stress myself out all the time, I pick and choose, which is luckily I have an understanding family. The thing is, you have to be honest. You gotta tell people what it is. Like, I got this anxiety, I got, you know, social anxiety, it takes a lot out of me. You know, especially working this whole 40-hour work week is not healthy in my opinion. So yeah, hopefully I didn't cause more anxiety with this, and hopefully I helped a little bit. But yeah, that's the news. 88, feeling great. We'll be right back to you after these messages.